And it's recording. Good morning, everyone. My name is Madaleen, and welcome to this webinar that we are going to present to you this morning. I live on the Sunshine Coast of Australia. We've had lots of rain last week. This weekend is a beautiful weekend, but what is more exciting is the fact that we can interview Fred Krogh this morning, and I'm going to introduce him to you in a minute. I'm just going to share my story with you first. I'm originally a healthcare practitioner, and in my whole career of about 20 years, I've only worked for a boss for 1 year, and it was because it was compulsory service. One of the reasons why I decided to be self-employed is really because I wanted that freedom. I wanted to call the shots in my own life. However, I got married, I had 4 kids, life was just full on. And I fell into that trap where I felt, oh my goodness, I cannot work fast enough, hard enough. I don't have enough hours, and I need to look for something else. And when I came across this opportunity, not in terms of healthcare, giving me my health back, but also in terms of the business side of things, this was really the missing piece of the puzzle that I was looking for. And today I have the amazing opportunity to interview Fred. He lives in the US, he's in Louisiana. He is a father of 3 kids, he's a husband, and he has extensive business experience. Fred, you've had about 35 businesses before you started with LifeVantage. You made millions in traditional business, and then you decided to come over to LifeVantage. So thank you so much for your time today. And I would love for you to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your background and your story.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys for inviting me on to spend a little bit of time in your Saturday morning. Isn't it crazy? It's Friday night here. It's Saturday morning there. I mean, how many businesses and opportunity you get to work with people around the world you've never met before, and all we do is help each other. I mean, it's an unbelievable community that network marketing only offers, and I'm so grateful for it. But for you guys that don't know who I am, a little bit of my back history. I feel like, no matter what rank you are in LifeVantage as of now, I know you're excited about the products, you're excited about the opportunity, but I think it's also very important for you to realize that average people, right? I'm average. The average Joe, average people like you, we have a shot to make a big, big win here at LifeVantage. And I'm going to share my history so you guys realize that I've never done network marketing before. I don't have a medical background. I understand business. It's what led me to LifeVantage. But previously, if you guys, obviously Australia, you guys have your own natural disasters you guys deal with. In the US, we deal with hurricanes, we deal with tornadoes, we deal with ice storms. Well, my family, my uncles, my dad, we were the original, my uncles were the original people that the government in the United States would contact to come into a city and clean up the hurricane, clean up the disaster, get the city back up into working status from back in the 70s. So I was born in 81, and by the time I was in the year of 89, you guys might have heard of a really big hurricane that hit the United States. Hurricane Hugo hit the Carolinas. I was 9 years old working, flagging. So when a hurricane would hit, my family would go, and that's all that I knew. I was running heavy equipment, the excavators, the dozers, the front end loaders from the time I was 6 years old. It was my passion. I loved running heavy equipment. I was extremely good at running equipment. I loved the rush of going into a city that just got wiped out, and it was on us to get the city back up and running. So not only was it lucrative for my uncles at the time, obviously I wasn't making any money. I was just doing it because I loved it. But not only are they making a lot of money, but they were helping people get back to normalcy of life, right? You guys may remember Hurricane Andrew that hit Miami. My parents put me in homeschool. We moved to Miami for 8 months, and my dad had the contract to clean up South Beach. So Brandon Cunningham's a Pro 10. I'm a Pro 9. Brandon Cunningham's my brother-in-law. I taught Brandon how to run a front-end loader. I was 12 years old, and we ran the night shift in Miami. So my whole life was revolved around disaster relief work, and it just was the highlight of my life. Unfortunately, my father was killed in a car accident when I was 14. And so when you think you got life figured out, we've all been at that point in our life to where you just get punched in the gut and you're like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Right. Well, that was my first big punch for me. My best friend, my dad, what I thought was going to be my business partner, thought I had life figured out, was now gone. Right. When you lose a father from an accident like that, you almost in essence lose your mother, which I did, because today I'm 40 years old. She still doesn't accept the fact that dad's gone. Right. So she deals with it daily. She's never coped. So at 14 years old, I just, you have choices in life, and I had to grow up super quick. So I was 16 years old in 10th grade of high school. All my friends were sitting around talking, and the conversation that most high schoolers have, what college you want to go to, what sports you want to play. And I'm like, man, I have no desire to go to college. Like, I knew what I was wanting to do in life. And I understand if you want to be in the medical profession, if you want to be a lawyer, you have to go to college. I wanted to run a business, and it just never made sense to me to go to college to have a professor teach me how to run a business, but yet they're not running a business, right? So I took the theory in life, everyone in the world, we're all equal. All humans are equal. The only thing that separates any one of us are the choices that we make. And so I decided at 16 years of age to drop out of school, not because I was a loser punk, but I was ready to go start life. So I dropped out of school at 16, and I got a full-time job chasing storms. We were out running and gunning. I think I made $75,000 at 16, and every single year I would make more money. And all I did was I was watching the people that had what I want, right? So when you look at successful people, don't ever go, man, lucky, I wish I was them. No, learn from them. They're no different than you. And if you make the right choices, you'll end up at the same place they're at. And that's always been my mindset. So I surrounded myself with successful people. Every year, my business got bigger. And by the time I was 24, I made my first $1 million. And I had the benefit of making money and tasting money. And also, hurricanes hit. We would go work 6 to 7 to 8 months. And then we would literally just go relax. So from a very young age, I had the taste of time. Most people never taste time. Most people know they get a job and a career, and Monday through Friday, the job owns them. Most people are in a business to where they're giving up time to make money. Well, I was in a position where we worked our butts off for 6 to 7 months, and then 3 to 4 months of the year, man, I just relaxed. I got to enjoy life. So I feel like that helped me in my network marketing career, is why I shared that. I feel like a lot of people don't realize that financial freedom can be real for you. I knew it could be real for me. When it was taken away from me, I knew that there was nothing going to get my way in order for me to get it back. When I was 27 years of age, you guys remember the hurricane that hit Katrina, or Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans? That was the last storm I did. I had a demolition contract. We tore down all of the historical houses with asbestos. So I had to be head to toe asbestos certified, a very dangerous job. But what happened was, like a lot of businesses, every year I would do a storm, we, the people doing the work, would make less money. There was more hands in the pot, right? So Katrina, we were doing the work, and I wasn't making the money that I was used to. So I'm not scared of work, but I'm not going to work for free, okay? So I diversified. I found an opportunity in Dominican Republic. If you guys aren't familiar, Dominican Republic's an island south of the U.S., borders Haiti. Well, I ended up buying a 20-mile square radius lease on a gypsum mine, and I got investors to back me. I invested everything I owned in life, went to Dominican Republic. I moved there, I lived there for a year, and I was going to start mining gypsum. I had a 10-year plan to sell gypsum. If you don't know what gypsum is, drywall is 100% gypsum. Concrete is 60% gypsum. What a lot of people don't know is gypsum is in every pharmaceutical pill. It's what they use to bond the agent. Toothpaste, baking soda, gypsum's in everything, right? And so I bought this gypsum mine to sell gypsum around the world. My 10-year plan was to be $1 billion company selling drywall around the world. So we were going to start off selling gypsum and then turn into manufacturing drywall and be a drywall supplier. Well, out of my control, if you guys know, in 2008, 2009, the United States economy crashed. And I was a part of that. How was I a part of that? My investors had a construction company that were sending me operation money every single month, right? And I got that phone call that everybody dreads, and they said, hey, listen, the economy's crashed. At first, when it started crashing, I'm thinking, man, I made the right choice. I got out of America and I'm doing business over here and everything's working. Well, the company that was funding operations got hit really hard and they pulled out. So in August of 2009, I came back to America and lost everything I owned. I had a suitcase full of clothes. I had no car. I had no house. I was renting a bedroom from a friend of mine for $300 a month. I literally had to start my life over. And it was another punch in the gut. You got choices to make, right? You can turn to the bottle, you can turn to drugs, or you can fight and realize I'm going to do whatever it takes to get back to where I was. And that's what I did. So I started grinding and it was tough. I had to go back to Monday through Friday working. I was making good money getting back on my feet. But once you taste the ability to not have to trade time for money, you will never accept it again. And so I'm back, getting back on my feet, miserable, because I had to set a stupid alarm clock again, right? I had to deal with people controlling my efforts and money. So November of 2009, Brandon Cunningham, Lynette's my sister, they called me and said, hey, we need to talk about an opportunity. So I go to their house and they played the ABC primetime video. And I watched the video. I knew nothing about the medical world. I couldn't spell half the stuff that I heard. I didn't understand half the stuff I heard. Here's what I saw. What I saw was an investigative report. An investigative report's not there to bring positive press. They're only there for dirt. The news is crap. I don't watch the news. I also have a theory in life. Don't ever let things come into your head that you can't control. The news is negative. I can't control it, so I don't watch it. There's no need to clog my mind with crap, okay? So if you watch the news and you see investigative report, you know it's going to get juicy, right? So I watched the report. Here's what I took away was after the video, I looked at Brandon. I go, what does this have to do with me? And he goes, well, it's a publicly traded company. They have patents on this solution that the medical world's been searching for. And I go, who knows about it? And he goes, nobody. And he had this goofy little smirk. I go, Brandon, you're telling me it's the biggest discovery in medicine. All these medical universities are writing peer-reviewed studies on it. It's publicly traded and no one knows about it. He goes, yep. And I go, sign me up. Sign me up. Because here's what I know about business. It doesn't matter the service or the product. It matters about positioning yourself in front of the masses. Every success story that you've ever read a book or watched a movie, what is the common denominator? They were first, right? Every business, why I was so good at what I did with the hurricanes is before the hurricane would hit a location, I was heading there. All of my employees, all of my fleet of semis, my heavy equipment, we were heading there. It was a gamble, right? Because you see sometimes hurricanes do this and they go like that. Well, it was a gamble I was willing to take because if it hit and I was the first one, who got the best contract? Me. That's how I won. So I know the importance of being first in anything in life. So I literally called my girlfriend at the time and we were broke. It was tough. And I called her. I said, hey, get our money together. And immediately she laughed. She's like, what money? I'm like, listen, I'm not joking. We have to get our money together. We've got to enroll in this business. And she started crying and she goes, Fred, she goes, if we do this, we're going to have $200 left to our name. And I go, Casey, if we don't do this, we're never going to have the life that we deserve. We have to do this. And we're doing it. So we enrolled after 20 minutes. The first time I saw the video, 20 minutes later, I was signed up, leaving myself with $200 to my name. I went home. I called 40 people that night. At 1 o'clock in the morning, my girlfriend says, Fred, you have to quit calling people. They're sleeping. I'm like, Casey, People die in the middle of the night. They need to know about this product. People get cars repoed in the middle of the night because they're broke. They need to know about this. My mindset was this. I know for a fact every single person in the world, if they could, they would have invested in Facebook or Uber or Amazon if they could. Would you have cared if Mark Zuckerberg called you at 1 a.m. to invest in Facebook knowing what you know now? Think about it. No. You'd be pissed if he didn't call you. You'd be pissed if he sent you an email. You'd be pissed if he texted you. You would be fired up if he called you. That was my view of LifeVantage. That is what LifeVantage is. You know why? Because Amazon and Uber and Facebook, they're not saving lives. They're a convenience. They don't have the solution for your health. They don't have where medicine's heading. We do. Our opportunity is so much bigger than Facebook and Amazon and Uber, and that's how I treated this business. So you want to know how I had success? Is I saw the vision of what I had my hands on, and when I called Una, when I called Margie, when I called Sophie, when I called Susan, when I called Sharon, I didn't give a crap what any of y'all thought about LifeVantage. I didn't give a crap if you said yes or no. This was my opportunity. I was given to take advantage of. I called Sharon and Susan and Una and Margie to give them a shot, but I didn't allow their sight of vision to influx my future. You never let anyone or anything predict your future. If you see this as your future, you are in control. No one else. Upline, downline, sideline, your custom, it does not matter. It is your opportunity. You know why? Because when I was broke and I came back from Dominican Republic and I had no food to eat and I had no car to drive and I had no house to live and I had no sheets and I had no pillow to lay my head, you know what? None of my friends delivered any of those things for me. So why in the heck would I care what they thought about the opportunity that was going to give me the life that I wanted and desired for my family? Understand? So it really comes down to me owning what I signed up for. A lot of people, hopefully not you, a lot of people sign up because they hope this works for them. I hope my friends Una and Margie and Sharon do this. But when Una and Margie and Sharon say, is this a pyramid scheme? Is this another pill? I'm not doing that. Then Fred goes, oh, crap. Oh, crap. I was excited and no one's doing it with me. And that's why people fail in opportunity. That's why people fail, period, in life. It doesn't matter what your friends think. Your friends don't pay your bills, do they? Your friends don't give you more time with your family, do they? We know what we have our hands on. Successful people, they realize their only competition is the mirror. The only person you need to be worried about is the person you see when you brush your teeth every night before bed. And I hope you brush your teeth every night before bed, okay? But the bottom line is that's how you create success. And that's why I said yes to LifeVantage, because it was 100% the opportunity of my lifetime. Think about it. Gypsum mine, yeah, 10-year plan. There's a lot of elements that I couldn't control, and I lost. Not because I failed, I lost because things out of my control, right? I can't control the economy, but there's something that everyone will always pay for, no matter what the economy is, and that's their health, right? The other thing that people will always fight for is putting food on the table. And when the economy's bad, it's where the opportunity of network marketing excels. It's the only opportunity that you can get in for a small barrier of entry where your backside of what you potential is limitless. Do you realize our compensation plan at LifeVantage has no ceiling? None. You cannot cap it out. If you want to make more, if $500,000 is not enough for you and you want to make more, you just go enroll another person and the whole compensation plan starts over. We do not have caps in our compensation plan. We don't have breakage in our compensation plan. It is the most bulletproof compensation plan in the industry, bar none, with a product that it's not a product some people might take. We're not selling Protandim. We're not convincing people to take Protandim. We are educating and creating awareness about where medicine is heading. You see the difference? Everybody else is selling and pitching their products they represent. I am not selling you or convincing you at all. I don't care what you think. I really don't. I know for a fact, sooner or later, you're going to be taking my product. I know for a fact. I know for a fact, in the next 5 to 10 years, this product's going to be in every home in the world. It's just facts. Let me tell you guys something. Every single one of you that can't wrap your mind around what I just said, you have already lived through that massive of a transition. 20 years ago, how did you guys communicate? With a little pager and a beeper, didn't you? Everybody had a pager and a beeper, and no one in the world complained about it. At that time, it was the best way to take care of your health. To communicate. Technology of a cell phone came out, and now just the way people communicate around the world is what? Through this. It didn't matter how much you love the pager. You see, we live in a world where technology is changing every single day. And as technology changes and gets better, society, us, the world, everybody wants the best available, most convenient work option out there. When people realize that one pill can turn the lights back on internally, and there is nothing that you can put in your body as powerful as what's in your body, and we have the only thing that can turn that back on, this is going to be a household name. It's not an if, it's a when. Your opportunity as a distributor, quit being so laser focused on what your connection, your contacts are saying right now, and build relationships and have that vision that they're going to be on them whenever they're ready. Your job is to go connect the dots so that when they're ready, they come back to you. You see, the world of society, nobody wants to be first, but no one wants to be last. Get it? You see the difference? So no one wants to be first, but what is the most important element in business? Being first. Why do you think 80% of the world's broke? Why do you think 80% of people have to go look at their balance on their checking account before they pay a bill or buy something? Because they don't want to be first, but yet they don't want to be last. So majority of the world are followers. So that's where the critical mass comes in. So we're down here planting seeds. We're just planting seeds, baby. Planting seeds, letting people know there's a discovery in medicine. Here's some research. You should take it. We're having results. We're having fun. We're making money, but I don't care. You just say yes when you're ready. And we're going to plant the seeds and we're going to water the seeds. And what you got to realize is every seed is different. Farming is the same. We are farmers. Every seed is different. Every contact that you have is different. What I mean by that is farming is farming. If you're a tree farmer or a strawberry farmer, the same technique goes into farming and developing those seeds. Strawberries produce a crop in 2 months. A tree produces a crop in 5 years. Get it? But a tree costs how much more than a strawberry? You see what I'm saying? So you got to envision is I'm not worried about the outcome because I know where it's going. Get it? So you hear a lot of us say, marry the process and divorce the result, because we know we were all programmed off instant gratification. We were born that way from a little toddler. You eat all your food and you get dessert. You pee in the potty, we're going to have a party, right? You always get something when you do something. You go work 10 hours and we'll pay you for those 10 hours. You don't get a check for not getting paid. So our program is we do something and we expect something, right? Farming, it's a different mindset. You got to do before you get the result. So a farmer has a different mindset, right? They have to manage their money differently. What do you want in life? Why did you say yes to LifeVantage? What was it about it? Do you really want freedom? What's freedom look like to you? If you really want a paycheck to pay you every month and you not have to work every day for it, right? If you want that outcome, don't you think you got to change the way that you think? Don't you think you better change your expectation? You see, people fail in our industry because they never change up here. Everybody signs up in our industry because everybody wants the end result. But if you don't change up here, you're setting yourself up for failure. Because in typical business, when Una and Margie and Sharon and Anita tell me no, I'm not making any money. And I just wasted time talking to Una and Margie and Sharon and Anita, right? Because my mind is, I make a sale, I make money. Well, if you call 20 people about LifeVantage, they all say no, you go, oh my gosh, this isn't going to work. Oh my gosh, it didn't work. I called 10 people, not going to work. Does that matter? Does that change the peer-reviewed science? Did that change that the Institute of Freaking Aging said that this is the only product in the world they've ever seen to extend life? Extend life. I don't care, Una, Margie, Sharon, Andrea. Thank you guys for letting me pick on y'all a little bit. You guys get my point? Does it matter what they say? Are they smarter than the American Heart Association? Are they smarter than Harvard? Are they smarter than the Institute of Aging? No. You see, you got to know your audience. You have to know your audience. And what you have to know is majority of people are in survival mode. Majority of people are on Google searching for a job. Think about that for a second. If I'm looking for a job, if I'm looking for security, that is completely different than opportunity. Because opportunity has this little thing under it called a risk. There's a risk. There's a little bit of a risk involved. But here's the way I look at it. A job, you're risking going through your whole life, trading time for money. You're risking going through your whole life, living for the weekends. Do you realize that majority of people get to live life on Saturday and Sunday? There's a reason why majority of heart attacks happen on Monday. So you have to know your audience. If 80% of the world is living paycheck to paycheck, then 80% of your Rolodex will not have a vision for an opportunity. But here's what I will tell you. You have to understand this. Every single person in the world, if they could, they would take more money, have more time, and have better health. Do you agree? It doesn't matter your level of wealth or poverty. Everyone in the world would take more if they could. But they say, no, I like my job. I'm good, right? Because they don't think more is possible. So rather than saying, I don't think it's possible, it's easier to say, I'm good with what's going on, right? I'm happy. Because the fear of failure or what people think is too big for them to change. So every single person on here frustrated, if you're frustrated with your rank or how much money you're making or your business, I want you to reverse that thinking and pat yourself on the back, because you are already in a small percentage of what most people will never do. You've already said yes to change. And that's a huge, huge, huge step. So what you have to identify are the wins that you are making, rather than focusing on the details. Don't worry about the details. The details will come. You understand that? So you have to remember why you said yes. And if you truly want to succeed at this, you have to know what you want at the end of the tunnel. See, most people going through life literally shoot the arrow on the wall, and then they go circle it, and they go, this was God's plan. This was the life that was meant for me, right? And all of that is bull crap. Because if they had all the money in the world to fly in a private jet or to go on a yacht, they would. But because they don't think it's possible, they just go, I don't need it. I'm fine. Okay. The bottom line is this. Every single one of us were given a gift, and that gift was life. Okay. What you need to do is put yourself in a rocking chair and close your eyes at the age of 85 years old. And I want you to envision yourself at 85 years old. Okay. And I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to imagine rocking yourself in that chair. And I want you to review the movie of your life and review the childhood of no stress, of no responsibility, of the joy of going and kicking a ball and playing outside and jumping in mud puddles, to the first butterflies you had when you saw your first boyfriend or girlfriend, and then you fell in love, and then you had kids, and you made the family and the vacations and the homes and the cars, and just replay that movie of your life. And then ask yourself if you're happy with the movie that you're making right now. And just know, if you dig a little bit deeper and look in the mirror and say, I deserve more, and I'm not going to let anyone or anything stop me, that movie can be whatever you want. Those dreams that you never thought were possible, they're real. Let me tell you something. I made a lot of money in my construction business. Okay. In this business, it took me 16 months to get to 10 grand a month residual. It took me 28 months to get to 40,000 a month residual. It took me 32 months to break $50,000 a month residual. And that's all LifeVantage, my first network marketing company. And that was failing forward. That was running fast. People go, how hard did you work? And I'm like, what kind of stupid question is that? Like, you have an opportunity to go literally bust your butt and create a life that you can't even imagine. Who cares how much time? All of it, right? People go, wait a minute, you didn't go on a honeymoon? I'm like, are you kidding me? So I enrolled in November. In December, I got engaged. In February, I got married. The very next week after I got married was our first opportunity to go to Elite Academy. And every single person that was at the top of this company that had what I wanted said three things. Stick to the system. Stay plugged in. Never miss a corporate event. Those guys had what I wanted. You think I should do what they are telling me to do? So we get married, and my wife looks at me with this little sneer on. She's like, we're not going on a honeymoon, are we? And I'm like, why the heck would we go on a honeymoon? We're broke. It's going to suck anyway. Why would we go on a honeymoon when we have an opportunity to go rub shoulders with the people that have what we want? We're going to learn from the people that are giving us the playbook to go create financial freedom. I was like, we're going to go to Elite Academy. We're going to bust our tail. Everything in life is on hold but LifeVantage. And we're going to go live our freaking life on a honeymoon. That's what we're going to go do. And I'm going to tell you, when it hit me what I had, we had our first child, Chesney, and then together. And then she's 8 months pregnant with Trent. She's big. She's swollen. She's uncomfortable. Chesney's not even a year and a half running around. So she's big and swollen, about to pop. And we got a newborn running around. And she looked at me and she goes, Fred, I need your help. And I go, and I'm like Tasmanian devil building a network marketing business. And I'm like, what? And she goes, I need your help. Like, I need you at home. I can't do this alone. And I'm like, wow, you know what? That's why we did this. And what's crazy is my check that month was $51,000. And I called all of my leaders and I said, hey, I've got to go take care of the wife. I got to slow it down. Y'all have to pick up where I'm taking off. Right? And they go, we got your back. Do what you got to do. Guys, I did not make a business LifeVantage phone call for 2 months. And my check went to $54,000. In those 2 months, I never made one phone call. It's perspective. You get it? Got to change the way that you think if you want to succeed. If I would never have changed the way I thought, those 2 months, I would have had to take off work and not get paid. Get it? So the point of it is, this opportunity, it's not just about creating the life that you deserve and making a lot of money. We're changing people's lives, guys. I got 54,000 customers that order product every single month. Why? Because I built a business. I don't know 54,000 people. I followed a system. I was duplicatable, and I went, and I was the only person that I was fighting against. That was the only competition, was me. So all that I can tell you is you guys have the movie, the ability to write your own movie of life. And here's what I'm going to tell you what's powerful. Not only by you facing your fears and getting over obstacles and fighting a little bit harder, are you going to create the life that you deserve? But the amount of people that you will impact and change their life is the most rewarding thing we'll ever give you in life. It's not the paycheck that keeps me going, guys. Not the paycheck. I'm an angel investor in tons of things. I will make millions in my side businesses that I angel invest in. I don't care how wealthy I become. I will continue to do a Zoom every time you ask me, because there is none of a business deal out there. Steve Jobs is not impacting people's lives. Mark Zuckerberg is not impacting people's lives. Those are successful business deals. Success in life is creating success for yourself and helping other people create the success that they deserve. Okay? So remember that. Figure out what you want out of this, and don't let anyone or anything get in your way, and go make it happen. It's that simple. I'll tell you this, the future of this company, we're just beginning. We haven't even scratched the scratch. Don't let the hogwash of your head think, oh, we're 11 years in, I missed it. That's all hogwash. You realize we only have 1 million customers on the most powerful product in the world? Only 1 million. You guys realize that? There are 1.2 billion people in India alone. And we've only got 1 million in the whole world. We haven't even got started, guys. And I'm telling you right now, I've been from the company. I've been through the 4 CEOs. Steve, I'm on the FAB now. I've been on the FAB for 8 terms. I will tell you right now, Steve is the right CEO. We fought to get him in. When he became our intimate CEO, we fought to the board, and we were loud, and we said, we do not want another CEO with a long resume. We don't give a crap what he's done in other companies. We're different. We want Steve. Leave it alone. And we got what we wanted. So guys, just rest assured, our company is going to continue to have your back. We're going to deliver products. We're going to pay the money that's deserved to you. You'll never have to worry about that. The only thing you got to worry about is the time and effort that you're putting into the business. You are the only equation if this is going to work or not, period. So thank you guys for inviting me on. Hopefully I gave you guys a little insight to encourage you. Again, I love talking and helping the LifeVantage family. I am as excited about LifeVantage 11 years in as I was the day that I enrolled and called 40 people my first night. So all I can tell you is keep yourself accountable. Successful people always do what they say they're going to do, even though that emotion has left them. And every single day when you're brushing your teeth, again, hopefully you do that before bed, but just look yourself in the mirror and just go, hey, did I do everything I could have done today to get closer to where I want to be? Because at the end of the day, you're the only person that really accounts to what's going to happen with this. So I got to jump off, but hopefully that was some good insight. Thank you for the invitation. You guys are awesome. And I look forward to meeting and working with all of you guys. So
you are awesome, Fred. Unbelievable.
Thank you, Margie. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. I cannot agree with that more. Guys, please go into the chat and type in what was your biggest takeaway from this conversation. Fred, as a business person, even that first 3-4 minutes, you were dropping nuggets at the speed of lightning. And really what you said, it is as real as it gets. This is a business. You need to work your business. We absolutely have the best evidence in terms of a medical breakthrough product. For me, as a healthcare practitioner, before I started with this company, I didn't even know about oxidative stress. And I have a 4-year degree. And when I saw that, I thought, oh my goodness, every single person needs to know about this. Why would people not activate their genes in their body? This is the trend. And as you mentioned, sometimes things happen in life and you get a kick in the guts, and that
Yep.
happened to a lot of people last year. It's really all about digging the well before you are thirsty, and we absolutely have every single box that we can tick. So Fred, from Australia's side, we really want to thank you for coming on and sharing your wealth of knowledge with us. And guys, please go out there and contact every single person that deserves to know this message. People are hurting, people are struggling, they are looking for opportunities to get themselves to a place of freedom. And whatever success means to you, it may be that you are a mom and you want to reduce your work hours. Maybe you just need to have more vibrant energy and health. Please go and reach out to the people in your networks and tell them about this amazing opportunity. Thank you so much, everyone. We are going to end this call. If you need any more information about the products, about the company, please go back to the person that invited you. We've got lots of testimonials and additional evidence to back up what we have discussed today. Thank you so much.